It's the height of the 2020 pandemic, when the world was locked down, scrolling endlessly through social media for any glimmer of positivity. Suddenly, Sean "Diddy" Combs, the iconic music mogul, goes live on Instagram. He's beaming with pride as he introduces a young white girl, around 11 or 12 years old, as his newly adopted daughter, Ava Baroni Combs. She smiles shyly, repeating her new name at his urging, and Diddy paints this picture of himself as a compassionate savior, spotting her outside, inviting her in to play with his kids. It seemed like a heartwarming celebrity moment, the kind that racks up likes and shares with captions like "Faith in Humanity Restored." But hold on, was it really that simple? Or was there something lurking beneath the surface that the internet would later dissect like a crime scene? Today, we're diving deep into this bizarre chapter of Diddy's life, unpacking the rumors, the revelations from figures like Terrence Howard and Gene Deal, and the broader implications for Hollywood's underbelly. Buckle up, this isn't just gossip. It's a lens into power, perception, and the dark side of fame. If you're as intrigued as I was when I first stumbled upon this, hit that like button right now and subscribe for more deep dives into celebrity mysteries. Let's get into it. First, let's set the stage properly. To understand why this moment exploded into controversy, we need to rewind to that Instagram Live. Diddy, ever the showman, framed it as an act of kindness amid chaos. "I adopted you like Madonna did," he quipped, referencing the pop icon's own adoptions that have faced scrutiny over the years for allegations of cultural insensitivity and even exploitation. At the time, it felt quirky, a black billionaire extending his family in an unexpected way. But viewers quickly picked up on the awkward vibes, Ava's hesitant demeanor, the forced repetition of her new name, and Diddy's overly enthusiastic narration. Social media lit up with questions. Who is this girl? Where did she come from? And why does this feel off? Fast forward a few years, and with Diddy's mounting legal troubles, including federal raids, lawsuits alleging trafficking, assault, and more, this clip resurfaced like a ghost from the past. Suddenly, it wasn't heartwarming, it was haunting. People started connecting dots that might not even exist, fueled by whispers from insiders and explosive claims from celebrities like Terrence Howard. But before we jump into those bombshells, let's clarify the facts, or at least what we know from reliable sources. Upon digging deeper, and trust me, I've scoured reports from outlets like TMZ, which debunked much of the hysteria, Ava Baroni isn't legally Diddy's adopted daughter. That 2020 video? It was essentially a skit, a playful bit between family friends. Ava is the daughter of close associates of Diddy's late ex, Kim Porter. She's been pals with Diddy's twin daughters, Jessie and Lila, since they were toddlers. Photos exist of them together at events long before that live session. No official adoption papers, no court records, just a celebrity flex that backfired spectacularly. Yet, in the age of viral misinformation, this morphed into something sinister. Why? Because Ava seemingly vanished from public view afterward. No more family posts, no TikToks, no casual mentions. Fans noticed she was often seen with Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian, rather than his daughters, and her body language in rare clips appeared tense. Add in the timing, the pandemic isolation, Diddy's PR needs amid ongoing scandals, and conspiracy theories erupted. Was this adoption about compassion or control? Was Ava part of a larger pattern of exploitation? These questions aren't baseless. They stem from a real distrust of powerful figures in entertainment. But let's analyze. In Hollywood, where image is everything, stunts like this aren't uncommon. Think of how stars use feel-good narratives to deflect from controversies. Diddy's history of allegations, from Cassie's explosive lawsuit detailing abuse and freak-offs to federal investigations, makes any past action suspect. However, assuming Ava's disappearance means foul play ignores the obvious. Her family likely pulled her out of the spotlight to protect her from a media storm. In a world where child stars face immense pressure, that's a smart move, not a cover-up. Now enter Terrence Howard, the Academy Award-nominated actor known for his roles in films like Hustle and Flow and Iron Man, but also for his eccentric views on science and the universe. Howard dropped what many called a nuclear bomb during a podcast appearance, recounting a bizarre encounter with Diddy. According to Howard, it started innocently. Diddy reached out for acting lessons. Howard flattered agreed. But things got weird fast. No scripts, no rehearsals, just intense staring and invitations to hang out and play music. Howard's assistant eventually warned him, Diddy isn't looking for acting lessons. Howard backed off, later reflecting on the industry with a chilling line, once you compromise your manhood, you never get it back. Fans immediately linked this to Diddy's broader accusations of predatory behavior. But here's where it gets twisted. Some online sleuths tied Howard's story to Ava, suggesting her adoption fit a pattern of access and manipulation. Howard himself made a cryptic courtroom reference during testimony about Hollywood's dark side, something about a situation involving someone you wouldn't expect. The internet exploded. Was he hinting at Ava? Let's break this down analytically. Howard's account aligns with patterns seen in other #MeToo stories, powerful figures using mentorship as a guise for advances. It's not a stretch to see parallels in Diddy's world, where lawsuits claim he coerced and recorded victims. However, directly connecting Howard's experience to Ava is speculative at best. No concrete evidence links them. It's more about the ecosystem of Hollywood, where vulnerability is exploited. From a psychological angle, this speaks to trauma bonding and gaslighting, tactics abusers use to maintain control. Howard's refusal to engage shows resilience, but imagine if Ava, as a child, was in a similar dynamic? Even if not literal, it raises ethical questions about celebrities adopting narratives that involve kids for clout. And then there's Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard turned whistleblower. Deal, who's been spilling tea for years on platforms like Vlad TV, added fuel to the fire with claims about Ava. In interviews, he described her introduction as a stunt to soften Diddy's image during the pandemic, a calculated PR move paraded online, then discarded. Deal went further, alleging suspicions within the industry, whispers of footage, and even darker implications tied to Diddy's seized devices. Diddy learned these behaviors from others, Deal said, painting a cycle of abuse. You either get used or you start using. In one clip, he implied Ava wasn't a random act of kindness, but part of a pattern, perhaps even linked to the freak-offs mentioned in Cassie's lawsuit. Analytically, Deal's perspective is invaluable as an insider. He saw the unfiltered Diddy. But we must approach with caution. Bodyguards often have access to grind, and sensational claims boost views. Still, his stories corroborate broader allegations. For instance, Diddy's sons are now facing their own lawsuits, Justin for trafficking claims, Christian for assault, which eerily overlaps with observations of Ava hanging around them. This forces uncomfortable questions. Was she protected or positioned? From a sociological viewpoint, this highlights how fame creates bubbles where exploitation thrives unchecked. Compared to cases like R., Kelly, or Epstein, networks of enablers sustaining abuse. Deal's truth bomb isn't just about Ava. It's an indictment of an industry that prioritizes power over people. As the story spiraled, lawsuits piled up, not just against Diddy, but his circle. Cassie's suit detailed being trapped, recorded, and silenced, echoing fears about Ava. Then 50 Cent, Diddy's longtime rival, teased a documentary, Did He Do It?, with lines like, they can't charge him for what we saw, but we can't unsee it. 50's jabs, once dismissed as beef, now feel prophetic. Rumors swirled that Ava is cooperating with investigators, potentially testifying about what happened post-Livestream. But again, facts matter. Sources confirm Ava's safe with her family, not missing or victimized in the way speculated. No public testimony from her, and federal probes focus on adult victims. Yet the narrative persists because it taps into real fears, minors in celebrity orbits, digital erasure, and unchecked influence. Let's expand on this. In the digital age, vanishing online can mean privacy, not peril. Ava's absence from posts might be parental protection, especially amid Diddy's indictment expansion. Digging into timelines, her last sightings align with pre-scandal family events. No school records or tags. That's normal for non-celebs. The Madonna comparison Diddy made? Ironic, given her adoption's controversies, accusations of trafficking, and cultural erasure. It wasn't a flex, it was a red flag, subconsciously admitting to performative philanthropy. To add a unique angle, consider the cultural ripple effects. This saga isn't isolated, it's symptomatic of hip-hop's reckoning. From Diddy's empire building to his fall, it mirrors how black moguls navigate white-dominated industries, sometimes adopting problematic tactics to survive. Howard's story touches on homophobia and toxic masculinity in Hollywood, where compromising can mean career suicide. Deal's revelations expose class divides, bodyguards as silent witnesses, now vocal for clout or justice. Psychologically, rumors like Ava's erasure fuel collective paranoia in a post-Epstein world where every elite connection seems suspect. But spreading unverified claims harms real victims, diluting focus from confirmed cases like Cassie's. Statistically, child trafficking is rampant, over 300,000 minors at risk yearly in the US, per DOJ, but pinning it on Diddy without proof distracts from systemic issues. My take: this is a cautionary tale about media literacy. We crave scandals, but truth demands nuance. Expanding further, let's explore parallels with other celebrities. Michael Jackson's child friendships drew similar scrutiny, innocent or insidious. Or Britney Spears' conservatorship, highlighting control under care. Diddy's case amplifies racial dynamics. As a black man in power, his missteps are magnified, but that doesn't excuse them. Howard, often labeled eccentric, gains credibility here because his story fits the pattern. Imagine if more stars spoke up. Could it dismantle the system? Gene Deal's cycle of abuse theory rings true. Trauma begets trauma. For Ava, if rumors hold any water, and they might not, her story could empower others. But assuming without evidence risks re-victimization. Broader / social media's role in amplifying half-truths. That live clip, viewed millions, dissected frame by frame. Algorithms favor outrage, turning skits into scandals. CTA time. What do you think? Was it a harmless joke or something more? Comment below with your theories and share this video if it made you question the headlines. Delving into the legal landscape, Diddy's indictment includes racketeering, trafficking, and coercion, charges that could encompass minors if proven. Federal raids seize devices. If footage exists, it could be game-changing. Let's not forget the human element. Ava, now a teen, deserves privacy. If exploited, justice is paramount. If not, the rumors stigmatize her. Diddy's family blackout on her speaks volumes, intentional erasure or respect. Compared to Madonna, her adoptions face backlash for white savior tropes, mirroring Diddy's narrative. Pandemic context, isolation bred vulnerability, making savior stories appealing. But post-2020, with #MeToo evolving, tolerance for ambiguity waned. Gene Deal's using cycle echoes generational trauma in hip-hop, from Biggie's death, which Deal witnessed, to modern scandals. Howard's manhood comment critiques patriarchal pressures, where vulnerability equals weakness. As we wrap the middle, consider economic angles. Diddy's empire, music, fashion, vodka, crumbled amid boycotts. Lawsuits cost millions. If Ava's involved, damages skyrocket. Industry-wide, agents now vet clients harder. Positive spin, voices like Howard inspire accountability. Deal's candor empowers ex-employees. For viewers, discern sources, TMZ over TikTok conspiracies. Subscribe for weekly breakdowns. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update on this unfolding drama. Now, for an inspiring close. Amid the darkness, there's light in truth-seeking. If this story teaches anything, it's that silence protects predators, but speaking out, like Howard and Deal, sparks change. Ava's mystery reminds us to prioritize facts over fiction, empathy over outrage. Hollywood's facade is cracking. Victims are finding voices, and justice, though slow, is coming. Whether Diddy's downfall is total or tempered, it signals an era where power can't hide abuse. To every survivor, your story matters. To everyone else, question, verify, support. If inspired, like this video, share with a friend, and comment, what's the biggest lesson from Diddy's saga? Subscribe for more empowering content. Together, we uncover truths that heal. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay vigilant. Peace out.